Hello friends and welcome to Pathologic, Volume 11, Episode 3. Today we are solving something called a Fobidoshi, also known as Forbidden 4. Let's look at the rules together. In Fobidoshi, we place circles into some empty cells such that the cells containing circles form one orthogonally connected area. So we start with some circles in the grid, we're placing more, and then when we are done, orthogonally connected means that from any one circle, we can get to all of the other ones by traveling through circles horizontally and vertically. Diagonal doesn't count for that rule. And there may not exist a run of more than 3 consecutive cells, all containing circles horizontally or vertically anywhere in the grid. That is a lot of words for can't have more than 3 in a row. So that's the Forbidden 4. So once we have these 3 vertically, we can't have a 4th one in that vertical string. Same here horizontally. 1, 2, 3 is okay. 4 would not be okay. Those are the rules of Fobidoshi, so it's time to solve a puzzle. This Fobidoshi puzzle was set by Jovial. We've got some circles in dead ends, and that's a nice place to start because all the circles have to be connected. So we'll be able to place circles through those all the way until they reach the outside. Then we've got some 3 in a rows, and we should mark that. I'm going to use the empty indicator on surface mode for that, so as not to conflict with answer check with any other possible colors. So when I see 3 in a row, I'm just shading, or I'm marking as unshaded the next cell in that row or column. All these cases. I can also mark this little island over here because we know we're never going to reach that with our circles. What has that done? It has probably given us some more dead ends. This has a couple ways of escaping, so I'll leave that alone. But up here, the circles have to come up and around this way. Down here, they have to come up through there. That gives us another 3 in a row we can mark, and this has to keep on going. Okay, so now we've got some cases where we don't have 3 in a row, but we do have a gap that if we were to fill it, we would get 4 in a row. I see that here. I see that right there. So we can mark those as unshaded, non-circle cells, which in turn lets us continue down this way and up this way. 3 in a row there. This would be 4 in a row if that had a circle, so that's not a circle. This region might come into here. I can tell by uniqueness it won't, but it must go this way, and in fact that's why we know for sure that it doesn't come over here. Okay, so this has to come down this way, and 3 in a row. We can't make that 4 in a row. Another 3 in a row here. We have gotten this whole side. This side hasn't been very forthcoming, but we do have a circle in a dead end here to escape, and then 3 in a row blocks that. And now this whole area has to come through this little gap right there. This one has to come out, 3 in a row there. These both have to come out and continue this way, but no further, so that is not a circle. And finally, we know how this top one resolves. It has to come through this way. This one has to come to the right. This is another case where we would have 4 in a row if we were to fill that in, so this is not a circle. And so the circles have to come right around like that. And that is how we solve a Fobidoshi.